So, everybody, welcome. My name is Danny Ross, and I'm going to be your host today as we continue in the AI Lunch and Learn sessions. If anybody is new, we do this 3 times a week: Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. First Tuesday is 12 noon Eastern, Wednesday is 12 noon Central, and Thursday is 12 noon Pacific. And we cover a different topic every day. We also here, you can see some of the past recordings. So what's great about that is you can go back and watch them at 1.5, 1.25 speed. So you can kind of speed through an hour in much less time. And so this way you can catch up on any of these topics. So what I try to do on each one is cover a high level topic and then get into specifics of using real world instances of building out with that particular AI app. You also have a host of apps here for just learning some of the basic concepts of AI and also the individual apps. There's some explainer videos there. You can speak with different experts, and we're actually going to be building out this experts section over the next couple of weeks here, where we're going to have experts in just about every area you can imagine. Right now, we have some in branding, some in sales. We're going to be adding AI for humanity or ethical AI. I see Gerald's on. I'm going to try to talk him into creating some for his specialty as well. And so we're going to create AI experts from all of our favorite members and have those available under an Ask Experts section. So those are coming. So stay tuned for that. Under here, we also have, as I mentioned, the AI sales coach, and you can think of that as ChatGPT for sales and marketing, and you can ask any question. Think of it as me answering your questions, and then you can download your books, free books, if this is the first time you're here. And the next section just goes through business formation, content creation, and where we're going today, we're going to concentrate on AEO website builder, which is the latest version of, we have 4 website builders, not 1, not 2, not 3, no, 4 of them. So we have quite a few of them. Let me make sure I open up my chat here so I can see any of your questions. There we go. So feel free to add your questions into the chat. I will definitely look forward to answering those for you. Oh, we got some people starting to join more. That's just the beginning. All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and get started. This is AEO Website Creator. This is the ultra fast sales funnels, and these are the Build Smart websites and simple websites. So all 4 of them are very similar, but each one has different features and functionality. I'll start with ultra fast funnels because this was where we started building these out, and it's a really good tool from the standpoint of being able to create website funnels quickly. And the reason why is you can build them manually or you can create one using AI. So for example, if you go here and you say, I want to build one, I can build it using text description. You type in the text here or copy paste in the text here. You can build it from an image. You can build it from an existing website, and it'll build out a sales funnel. Gerald, you're on. Gerald, would you mind sharing your website? Just drop it in the chat. This way you can kind of see what the template looks like before you select it. Kind of gives you the idea of the header space. And you can find one that already is similar to your look and feel as far as your colors and your branding, but don't worry if it's not exact because you can change every element of it. So this is an example of what's called a sales funnel. And so you can create a single page or you can create multiple pages. And when you create multiple pages, it simply makes it a website. So for example, if we started with this particular one and we told it to create as a template, it would go ahead and create that first version of it based on that template, and it would just give you an ability to go in and edit it right here. So I can go in and edit that template and change everything. So for example, you'd put your logo right here. You would put your headline. You would put your sub headline in. So this is an example of a pre-built funnel for you. If you don't know anything about building websites, it has all of the elements in it already done so that you can just take the content that the other AI tools give you and apply them in here. So that's what we're going to kind of work on today. I'm going to show you how this functionality kind of flows. So that's, again, an example of an existing sales funnel. So this is an example of using the AI to get this paragraph. It's kind of laid out what is important from what it could find on the website. And next, we're going to just click the next button. We can determine what we want to happen when people want to engage with us. Do we want them to sign up for something? Do we want them to schedule a call? Do we want them to buy something? So you just tell the funnel, I want them to schedule a call. You can upload a logo if you already have one. If you don't, of course, you can go back to the logo maker and make one. You can put in your email information and you can put in your phone number. And we're not going to do all of that today. We're just going to click and go in and get started. So let's use this one. So again, you have some templates that are built in. They only give you 3 here, but you can pick one that you want to start with. And so we'll select this one. And so all we did was for this one is this example, we just gave it the URL or domain name for Gerald's Entrepreneurs of Faith website, and we've asked it to just go ahead and build automatically. So this is the easy button, right? You go into the funnel builder on the left, you pick this ultra fast funnels, and then you tell it, hey, build that from this old one that I have, and then I'll go in and edit it. The second one I showed you is the AEO, the new or latest version of our website builder. And you can tell it, hey, I want to use an image, a different image for the background, and you can go in and edit it once you've created it. So this one is using a template, and all I need to do is go in and edit that particular template, right? So if I go to this website, the Entrepreneurs of Faith website, I can see that they have a pretty exciting website already. Gerald, by the way, is a pro. So you can see the information that the AI is using to build on this. And so you can see that there's a video here with an image that moves and everything. Very exciting, very nice website. By the way, I've spoken at the Entrepreneurs of Faith monthly meeting. I think it's the last Monday of the month here in Atlanta. They're a great group. If you happen to live in Atlanta, I would definitely recommend you fill out the form and get in contact with Gerald. I can definitely recommend his group. So the idea is it'll scrape this first page, or you can point it at this networking page. You can point it at any of these different pages to connect to this particular website and have it check the information. So again, at just the pictures or anything like that, it's looking at the content that's on the page, the metadata that's on the page. And if you wanted to look at each page, you have to effectively point it to each page that you wanted to review. So just keep that in mind when you're pointing it at different pages. All right, just keep that in mind. So let's go back here now. Let's see where we're at. Oh, it's running. It's still creating the funnel. So once you get that done and it creates that page, the next thing you want to do is start editing. So for example, you have each part you click on, you'll see it pop up a different piece on the, excuse me, a different menu system on the right related to that content. So each element on the page you click on, you can edit. So I can go in and type a whole new sentence here. I can say this is a website about the entrepreneurs of faith, right? This is like a subheadline, right? So instead of this being your tagline, if I go back to, oops, that's Callie. She's another user. So if I go back here, for example, their tagline is making a difference, right? And then their subheadline is living in purpose, using our gift to serve others. So this is literally, I am going a little bit faster, showing you some other things that you can do, but I don't want to get too crazy into it, but I will show you the basics of what I'm doing here. So let's see, making a difference, right? You can make the font bigger just by dragging this. This is what I mean by it being a very easy to use tool. So you don't have to know anything technical. It's all drag and drop. It's all easy to edit, right? So let me grab some more content off the other website. And I'm going to change this, what I just typed. And there we go. So we're going to take out the, just for this layout, this website's laid out a little differently than the other. So I'll put it all on one line. And then same thing, I can click the little gear button here and I can make it a little larger, right? You can play with the size you want it to be. And just that easily, I have created some additional content. And then from here, I can embed a video. When you look at a website, you can easily edit this website to look like any website that you like, for example. So here I went and I grabbed the logo and I'm going to, whoa, why can't I upload? Let's see. Oh, it's an AVIF. Okay, so now you're learning about video formats. This particular browser editor will only support WEBP, PNG, and I want to say GIF style files. And if you don't know what any of that means, it's just a style or format of an image. So here's what we're going to do. Danny's going to do something rudimentary here. Since that is a format that this browser does not support, I'm just going to grab a screen grab of it for now. This is a class in how to put a logo on a web browser. So I'm going to keep it simple. So there you go. Entrepreneurs of Faith is now there. Here's my main headline. Here is my sub headline, and then I have a video that I want to post here. So your video can be any video that you put on YouTube, Vimeo, Wistio, any of the video services. We also support HTML5. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. It's just, again, different places where you can store your video either on your own server or your own desktop or use one of the popular versions. So you can do a custom embed. You can get them off of any of these and embed them into your website. Gerald, if you happen to have a YouTube video that you want me to drop in here as an example, just drop it in the chat and I'll put it in there. The point though is you can pick any video that you want to use. So for example, if I go back here, let me find one. Let's grab this one. So I'll just grab this one for now. And I will take that YouTube video and I'll drop that in there. And that's good enough for now. I don't need to change anything else. And I'll just keep moving on. All right, so that URL is now in there. I can decide if I want it to play automatically and so on. So it's very easy to understand. So let's say we stop right here for now. I've created my headlines. I've created my logo. I've dropped these things, my video in here. I've got a scheduled consultation. So now my website is really moving along. So I can preview it, see what it looks like. This is the new Entrepreneurs of Faith website. And you can click the video.
Hi, and welcome to buildbiz.ai.
Just that easily, right? So again, we went from nothing to starting to build this top section of our website in, I don't know what, maybe 7-8 minutes. You do not have to know anything technical. You can use a template that's already in existence, and you just change a few links, add a few words, and you have a website that you can build out and share with whomever you want to share. So I'll stop right now, see if anybody has any questions. Oh, you found your YouTube video. I appreciate that. Let's try to see if I can copy it here. And we'll go back into the editor. You really are participating and playing along very well. I appreciate that, Gerald. All right, so we've got this here. And by the way, if you want to speak, you can just come off mute. All right, so this is the YouTube video. So now if we save that and preview, and there we go.
Are you a Christian coach, consultant, or course creator, past ready to stop being frustrated, and simply want to transform your passion into a thriving business. I'm Gerald McPhail, your pastorpreneur. Let me show you how my Purpose to Profits Roadmap can help you launch a 5-figure monthly business in just 90 days. No information overload, no tech overwhelm, just purpose-driven success. Ready to learn how to make your purpose profitable? Call today.
Great, I love it. So that's really a very good video sales letter introducing you to the organization. What is it?
We're in the hub zone.
Hub Zone, HUB is in boy, Hub Zone. So if you're in doing government contracting and you need an official address in a hub zone, or if you don't, even if you just need a regular business address, will help you with that as well. So Gerald, if you want to put your other business into the chat for the participants to see, please go ahead and do that. All right. So again, for sharing all of that. So I wanted to show you quickly using a template. Going in, editing is not a big deal. It's not difficult. It's not hard. You may need a little help with connecting in your domain if you don't know how to do that. But by the way, if you buy your domain within the platform, you don't have to connect it. It's automatically available when you get ready to link it. So example, I'll show you what I mean by that. If you close this down and go back to your editor and you exit out of this. So as you can see, you have this section here where you're looking at the page we were just editing. And then on the right here, you have different settings and pieces that we can talk about in future dates. But one of the things you can do is you can select your domain if you already have purchased one. So for example, in this user, I have a domain called cleanwizard.net and book cleanwizard, and you can drop those in as the domain that you want to do. And of course, you would use your own domain if you've already purchased one. So that's what these are. And it's just that easy to connect the domain if you've purchased it within the platform. If you have not purchased it within the platform, you can still use it. For instance, I use GoDaddy. I've had for years, so I have a lot of domains there, but I also have domains in the platform. So sometimes I need to connect a domain that's not in here, and it is easy as well. You don't have to stress on it. We'll show you how to do that as part of our training, or you can just send me an email and I'll help you get your connected. So I'll put my email in the chat. And by the way, I will be doing a 4-hour boot camp on how to do exactly what I just showed you, how to build your sales funnel or website from scratch. So look out for that announcement. It's coming up. I just need to get some calendar dates on there. And it'll be a 4-hour training. I'll probably do it on a Saturday. So hopefully most people are not working. And it'll just take you from beginning to end on creating your sales funnel or your website. So again, I'll pause quickly, see if anybody has any questions. See what we have here. I think we had this problem the last time we were playing around with your EOF and trying to build it from a sales funnel where we were just running into a challenge where it couldn't read it for some reason. And it's a very good possibility I just simply did not spell it correctly. That's the only challenge. So I think I have figured out where the copy paste function went wrong. So I'll try it again with this one. In the meantime, I'll go back to editing in the sales funnel so that we can kind of play around with it a little more. So I have this magic button here. Version 2. Let's take 2, right? It did get the analysis. It looked like it got the analysis, so we'll try it again. Once it does that analysis, it'll drop the description that it's found right here. The nice thing about having it analyze it is it's not only looking at the text that humans can read, it's also looking at the metadata underneath that website. So that's the reason why I'm trying it again, let it try to get it by itself. All right, so we have the AEO sales funnel. We started working on the website. We have created some content up here. We're like, okay, we're going in the right direction here. This is pretty good stuff. So now what we can do if we're building this from scratch, so this section here is solving your key problems, right? This is the information where we start creating content that is geared towards this particular business. And so you want to explain very quickly when someone hits your website, number one, they should immediately recognize what your business is about and what's the benefit of doing business with your organization from either a sales of a product function or a sales of a service function, right? So they should be, so for example, this old website was about website development, converting funnels, mobile apps. So that really you can immediately kind of understand. It was solving a problem. It was funny. We created this image in a class and the website builder, he just grabbed it and threw it in there. And it was so funny because I'm sitting there going, one, two, wait a minute, this dude has three arms. That's an impressive feat. So that's just one of those examples where anytime you're using AI, you really do need to keep an eye on the details. It still requires the human being to pay attention. So I'm going to copy some content from the Entrepreneurs of Faith website. Let's see if I can get some here. All right, let me go to the networking page. Daryl has a lot of images and things. I want to make sure I get some text. Give me 1 second. Gerald and I are going to work on his metadata and the content so that he can get found by ChatGPT. That's a whole nother class, right? Getting your content found by all of the AI search engines. You've heard of SEO or search engine optimization. Now we're all working towards, we don't search in Google anymore. None of the AI users that I know, we all search in the search engines. So we want to get our websites found just like we used to want to get them found in Google, we want to get them found in search engines, and there's a whole way to do that. So we're going to work on all of that fun stuff and make sure that Entrepreneurs of Faith gets found that way as well. So, all right, so let me do this. Let me see how we're doing here. Perfect. So this is the text I need. So it basically scraped this from the website. So we have this text. I'm actually going to use it elsewhere. So I'm going to go next. And same thing we talked about just a second ago. We're going to get to sign up and then, whoops, no logo. Well, actually, I do have a logo now. We have our world famous screenshot logo. Let's grab that one. There it is. And you can put in your business contact and so on. So let's go with this. Let's see what happens. We'll pick one that's simple. We'll go with this one as a template and kind of go. All right, so we're still working on getting that done. So we have the content here, and we need new content for this. So within the platform, there are many different content creation tools, and we kind of covered some of these last week. So I'm going to just exit out of here. This is the copy of it. I'm going to go into sales and marketing. And I'm going to start playing around with some of these headline and subheadlines, right? So I don't really need to go into there, but now I want to build the benefit stack. And so for this project, and by the way, everybody should do this as an organization kind of thing. You should create a different project for everything that you're working on so that all of the content that's related to that is all in the same place. So the Entrepreneurs of Faith is a community for Christian entrepreneurs. So that's kind of a quick description. A couple of lessons back for Annette, who's also on here, we created a business brief for Annette where we went through the steps of putting it in the big dream generator, which is in the platform, where you can get your idea from out of your head onto paper, and we call that a business brief. And then you can take that business brief, copy and paste it into here, and now the AI has a really good understanding of your business, your target market, the things, your philosophies, all the things that are important to you. So these are how all the tools kind of work together. So now we're going to use it to create what's called a benefit stack, where you describe to someone visiting your web page why they should want to work with you, right? And by the way, AI is very forgiving. If you spell it incorrectly, it'll still know, for the most part, what it is you're trying to spell. All right. And so we have that, and then you can put in specific things that your products or services satisfies, so you can build it out, but you don't need to. And that's good enough to get started. And so it's going to work on creating that for us there. Uh, there we go. Site. Choose. We're going to import this from a URL. Let's see what it does. Oh, I confirm this is my page. Actually, it's Gerald's page, but he's with me here, so he's okay with it. And so we'll tell it to go build out a new website based on the URL. We'll see if it can even grab anything. It depends on what the URL was built on. Here you can see it grabbed it, so we can actually play with it. Now, how fun is that, and how scary is that? Gerald, if you're still on, is that not the fastest way to build a website? Now, let's say this wasn't your website. Hint, hint, don't do this. And you wanted to edit a site similar. You can come in and get some of it. Now, the things behind the database, behind the firewall, are not actually going to work. But because of the way that this website was built out, you can go in now and you can edit some of the elements of it. You won't be able necessarily to edit everything, but talk about speed, right? So you can tell that some of the things are not quite showing up properly. But here's what's important. The important part is you can now edit these things and build it to whatever your new version. So let's say Gerald wanted to create a sales funnel for a specific purpose. Let's say he's having a network event and he wants to create a sales funnel. Instead of having to go back and create each element one at a time, he can literally do what I just did, grab that URL, throw it in here, connect it to a subdomain. Let's say it's event, Valentine's Day event dot entrepreneursoffaith.com, right? So now he can take that and build it out quickly because the colors are here, the fonts are here, everything that he needs. He just needs to change the wording and get it done very quickly. So hopefully that what I just did made sense. And as I said, it does not work on every specific website, depending on how the website was built out. For example, if it's a WordPress site or anything like that, it wouldn't necessarily work. But now he could go in here and he could add elements. And this is what we were talking about a minute ago. So let's say I wanted to add an element right about here, right? I could drag this over here. And so now I have this element here, or I could drag in, let's say I wanted to put in an image for the new Valentine's Day event, or I wanted to drag in a video. So this is my video that I just wanted to create. And then I can go in, grab the settings for the video, meaning specifically the YouTube link. I would go right here and copy that, and I would drag the YouTube link in here. And these are all technical things, but don't worry about it. You don't have to worry about it right now. I'm just showing you. I could drop that YouTube link in there, for example, so that it would have the video to play now. And this video would be available in this particular page, right? And it's just that easy to edit and change things. So don't worry about how I'm doing it. I'm just kind of wanting to show you some of the features and functionalities and things that you can do to build out this page from just copying that URL. So that's all I wanted to kind of show you today. I don't want to get too heavy into how I'm doing it or what I'm doing. I just want to show you high level what these things kind of look like. So we've kind of gotten a couple of things done. Oh, here is his other. Okay, yeah, Gerald did put his other link in here as well. So everybody wants to grab that, feel free to grab that and go out and explore McPhail Studios. All right. So here are our suggested benefits statements. Connect with like-minded Christian entrepreneurs who share and hold your spiritual values within a supportive community. So these are all things that you could add to your website directly from within the platform, just creating content as you go along. And so what I would normally do with this type of information is I would just copy all of them and I would usually create a content file, right? And what I mean by a content file is just a document. You can use Word, you can use Notes. If you're a Google user, you could use a Doc. So wherever you want to put these, just so that you know where to find them at any time and have them available. Obviously, they're still in the app, but the advantage of creating a separate document and dropping these in here, so these are EOF website content, for example, right? And here is my first one. I'm going to create a header and I'm going to put this benefits stack, right? And I will copy paste them with just text because if you don't, you get a little table because the website browser uses HTML, blah, 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 blah. Just copy, do a little paste special and use the text only. Trust me, it'll make your life easier in the future. So now I have this here and I can jump around from section to section. I have my benefit stack, which is essentially the content that I would use on my website, my new fancy website. I would say, okay, let's use this. And I would go back into the editor for my website. So I have this here now, solving your key problems, but I would change that and edit these one at a time and make these now off of my document that I just created, right? So let's see, faithful networking. I love that. That's a great way to describe it. And so if I grabbed this first one, I would literally just come in here and replace this. Copy. Actually, I'll do it this way. All right. This should be all just text. This is what I meant by copying, pasting in the text only makes your life easier. But I'll stop here and just say, this is on me, user error. So don't blame the platform. This is Danny's user error. The way that I copied and pasted it, I ended up with all of the HTML content. So we don't want to have that issue going forward. So you want to make sure you're using just text. That way, when you paste it, you're going to get just text. So just to let you know, that's why I'm getting those weird errors. All right, so we have the first one, all right? And we'll grab the next one. And we'll go back to this. We'll highlight this one here. And we'll paste and match style. It's a browser issue, folks. Don't worry. If depending on the settings that you have in your browser, you don't have to worry about this. So now I'm going to get this section here, and I'm just going to paste and match style again. And all I'm doing is copying it out of my little file here, my content file, replacing the text that I want to replace. You could also just create a new text box and copy paste it in, but I was trying to keep the matching the style of what's already here, so I don't have to recreate all of the pretty stuff. And by pretty stuff, I mean the font colors and all that stuff that you saw accidentally that when I pasted in, it showed all the HTML coding and stuff. So you don't want to do that. So like if you want to make this section here a little bigger, you can basically go here and just go like that. Same thing with this one, right? So you can copy the link above. And what's really fun too is there's a lot of different ways to use these functionalities, but I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm showing you the drag and drop kind of method. There's lots of other ways you can do this. You can apply previous fonts. You can, well, there's just tons of stuff. So like I said, I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm not going to mess with that. And so again, you can drag and drop it to where you want it to be. And by the way, for consistency, if you want to just type the number in, that's another way to do it. So obviously I have 36 here. And if I want all of them to be the same, I would just type the same number in here, 36. So that way they'd be the same. And you can see that one is bolded and one is not bolded, and you can go in and play with all this stuff all day long. So I'm not going to do all of that today. I just want to show you how this kind of works. And you can see that this font, for example, looks a little different. So you can go in and play with the different pieces of it. So for example, if it's bolded and you don't want it to be bolded, you can turn it off. So you can play around with it automatically to get it all to look exactly the same. So now we've got a new section. Let's say we want to replace this photo, and I think I have some images that might fit. Let's see. I'm trying to think if I have any. I know I have a ton of images in here. Let's see. By the way, searching is the fastest way to find something. I may not have put it in here with a particular coding that or not even a name that I wanted to use. So we'll just grab one for now. It doesn't matter. It's just an example. Man, walking up the green path. I love it. Yeah, we'll go with that one. All right. So these are all quick and easy ways to edit your web page. So I'll pause here, see if anybody has any questions.
I'm sorry, I did have to step away. Do I have two websites now? I mean, this one and the one, did the system create another one? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Yes, I was able to copy your existing web page for the Entrepreneurs of Faith. So now this is in here. And so effectively, when you look at it, I can grab it and I can edit everything on the page now.
Oh, wow.
I can put in anything I want. This could be like you having a Valentine's Day event or something. You can go in and actually change the content of the
Okay.
page.
Oh, man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you don't have to redo all of your fonts and colors, and it'll just take your existing website and allow you to go in and edit it. And it just makes it easy. So each one of these now could be links to information about your Valentine's Day event and so on and so forth. Instead of having to go hire somebody to build a web page for you, you can easily just edit it and point it. You have to give it a domain URL, but that's also part of the training we'll give on that. We're going to have a 4-hour class on how to edit web pages. So I can't do it in an hour. It's just not physically possible. But what's nice about the editor is it'll give you your different views. So up top here on the top left, you have the desktop view, you have the tablet view, and then you have the view of the website. Now, here's what's interesting. You can see that just because we copy pasted that website, it did not make that website responsive. And what I mean by responsive is when you have a page and you are creating it in a manner so that no matter what size screen, so that's what this is. This is built from the ground up. This is why I said you do want to learn how to use the templates in the latest version of our tool. The other one is fun to play with and you can do some fun things, but I'm going to show you how to build it out in the latest tool. And any template that you build in this latest tool will automatically be ready to go for all of the different. So you don't have to work as hard to get what we call a responsive template. It's already done for you. It will automatically resize and you can go in and edit. So this one is ready to go. The new Entrepreneurs of Faith site is ready to go for all 3 sizes of screens. And it's just so use the templates that are there, or I'll show you how to build it from scratch.
Go back and show me which one that was again now.
Oh, this is one we
I'm
just
talking
built.
about which builder.
Oh, okay. This builder you're right. Let me save this. Oh, cancel. You have to save. If you don't save, it won't be here when you come back. So before you leave, you want to save. All right. So I'm going to exit out. And this builder under the funnels and website is the one at the top. If
The
you're
first
using
one.
Build
Okay.
Biz or if you're using anybody else's, this is the AEO website creator, AI engine friendly. And I'll go back and explain more about what AI engine friendly means. But the key thing is this is the latest one. But this is the one I would build out of. And if you go in to build out of it, You do have templates that you can use if you go down here. That's interesting.
So the question,
Sure.
the funnel website, the AEO is responsive. Are the other builders responsive or no? You have to do something else.
It depends. Some are more responsive than others. Again, if I was going to build a new website, I wouldn't even mess with the other ones.
Okay, just
I would start with this one because you still get templates. Like I'm using this template here on the right,
okay.
and you can still build it from scratch as well. So you can play with it both ways, and I'm going to show you how to use them both ways. So today I just showed you how to edit an existing template, and then tomorrow I'll continue working on building one from scratch. Today I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview of what I mean by when I say you can build your own website in a couple of minutes.
Thank you.
And we're going to spend a lot of time on this function. So don't worry if you didn't get it, but I really just wanted to expose you to building websites within here. And so there is no right or wrong way. You can use an existing template. If you see it, like for instance, this template is also a shared template in the family of templates, and you can go in and just edit the page and just kind of play with it. So this is also a sales funnel. Again, same thing. You could go in here, you can upload your logo, you can change the header, and then this is a very large video section, but you can make it smaller if you want to. It's basically this video section will change. This is what I like about the builder is it'll automatically make the video fit this full screen of your side, full size of your screen. Wow. And so again, this is just a different layout. And then you can change every single color that's on here. So don't worry, you just click on the color and it's just that easy. Boom, the colors are changed to match your template. Now, let's say you know the number for some people, they have branding, and so they know what that color should be based on their branding. So all you need to do is change it here and you're done. And it also has themes of different things. So for example, if you click on the button, I can't remember if this one has themes on it. Yeah. So for example, we could click on the button, and so we want a light gray button, boom, it's done. Or we can make it a green button. So I can't, it is so easy to use this tool. You don't have to know anything complicated to get editing done. We'll get to that. I just want to kind of give you guys a little bit of a high level of it. Anybody else have any questions? That's it for today. I'll be doing tomorrow, 12 noon Central. And again, if you miss it because of scheduling, just check out the recorded video. Other than that, thank you for playing along, Gerald. I really appreciate it. And we'll keep building out. Thanks everybody who's on. Bye-bye, everybody.